In the last 4 years, 5 chancellors have said they want to cut taxes. In reality, the opposite has happened. Taxes have been rising to near historic highs. The Institute for Fiscal Studies has calculated the tax burden, that's tax paid as a percentage of the national income, is at its highest since the war. 37% it'll be by next year. That's up 4% in a single parliament, worth an extra £100 billion a year to the Treasury. Now, some headline rates of tax have gone up. Corporation tax up from 19% to 25%, and the energy windfall tax an extra 25% on excess oil and gas profits. But there have also been hidden increases in income tax and national insurance. These stealth taxes are a consequence of tax thresholds, that's the level at which you start paying a certain tax, being frozen instead of rising with inflation. But wages have been rising by 7.8% at the last count, which means more and more people are dragged into higher tax brackets. And this is what it means. If you earn £30,000, you're paying £700 more in tax, 2% more than you would have done otherwise. It's more than £1,000 more if you earn £45,000 a year, and almost £2,000 more for the very highest earners. Together, that's £40 billion more for the Treasury without the headline rate changing at all. Now, all this extra revenue has been swallowed by meeting government promises on public spending, demands that with an ageing population are only going to grow.
We are facing the challenges of having a growing elderly population who need state pensions, they use lots more healthcare, they use lots more social care, and that creates spending pressures on the government. We've also had a desire to increase defence spending, particularly in the aftermath of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So there's basically been big factors pushing spending upwards, and because of that, that's also pushed taxes upwards.
Now, we may be paying more tax than for 70 years, but by international standards, the UK's tax burden is actually below average. This shows all the various kinds of taxation for developed economies in the OECD. Property taxes, VAT, income tax and so on. You can see we're just below halfway. That's paying more tax than Ireland and Switzerland, but well below France and Germany and the Scandinavian nations with tax burdens above 40%. Now, to have those kind of world-class public services, you need to pay for them. The best way of doing that is economic growth. And we've just discovered the UK economy grew by more than first thought at the start of this year, by 0.2%. It's welcome, but not nearly enough to change the equation of our record tax burden.